Good morning, all. Should I wait for the coffee to finish? And the biscuits are also there, so I don't know. Okay, can you manage with this? Okay. So, dear friends, please be seated. Today I am your teacher. So, yeah, fine. That's fine. Just pull down on this thing. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So all of you, see here, all of you, you have to pay attention. The reason is you will be on YouTube. And if, my editor always tells, I go for training. Last time we were training police officers. And after the training was over, my editor came and said that, sir, म्हाका सगळे झोपलेले. Then I spoke to the SP also. I said, sir, my speech was so boring. He said, no, sir, actually, your speech was nice, but these people get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, drill is there. And I know that. I know. I mean, even see, I'll tell you one thing. I'm a good speaker because even my wife listens to my speech. Trust me, even yesterday's video which I published, my wife was listening in the morning. So, I think men can understand, if your wife listens to you, you are the best speaker in the world. So she listens to me. Okay friends, so it's a really nice occasion. Just reduce the gain. It's a nice occasion to be here. It's an honor for me to be here. And let me tell you some things about Santhome School, It was very difficult for me to get admission for my kids here. And I'll tell you one more incident, Your chairman, respected chairman, was telling about Alfonso's school. So I did not tell him, but even I wanted to go in that school, but I couldn't get there. The reason was it was too far away from my home. I live in Yashwantanagar and we couldn't go there. But amazing job you people are doing. And it's a real honor for me to be here. I don't have anything to tell you. I mean, you are teachers, you are experienced teachers. We have some people sitting here who are elder than me. So what I'm going to tell you, just I will share some experiences of my life, that's all. But before moving ahead, I'll tell you one. I was telling your chairman, sir, also, and I'll repeat again, dear friends. This school has the best infrastructure. Yeah, exactly, because I know this school. Everything is fine. The benches are amazing. You have the Wi-Fi and you have the projectors and you have computers. But it's of no use if you are not there. Right? The best infrastructure is of no use. You may know there are many schools who have best infrastructure. But I believe that what actually happens in the classroom is more important than the infrastructure. I say to you, dear friends, I say to you, teachers and parents build the nation. Teachers and parents build the nation. And I'm glad that I'm also part of that. To move ahead, let me just tell you about my life, from where I come from. I'm from Marathi medium actually. I'm not from English medium. And let me be very candid with you. My English was pathetic till I finished my engineering. Today I'm a communication trainer. And I don't want to boast here. But the reason behind telling all these things is, the reason is my teachers actually. Today whatever I'm here, it's because of my teachers. Today I have my YouTube channel. The name of my channel is Dr. Sandeep Patil. Don't subscribe. Okay? Because, when what happens, like nowadays many people have YouTube channels. Even my son has a YouTube channel. And he was saying to me, Dad, I have only 7 subscribers. I said, who are those? He said, I have 5 accounts. 5. One is my sister, another is my mother. So he was saying that, Dad, you promote my channel, you have 5 lakh subscribers. I said, I'm not going to do that. Because, understand, again, people will not subscribe to your channel unless and until they don't find value in that channel. There should be value in that channel. Anyway, so friends, it's an amazing job you are doing. But let me share some things with you. Please don't take it the other way. Okay? Take it in the right stride. Now, what do I teach? I'll tell you. I teach that which mostly you people don't teach. You don't teach that what I teach. I teach something else. Actually, I'm a PhD in mechanical engineering. So let me tell you my journey. It's a fascinating journey. As I said before, I will not take more than 45 minutes. I always say this, but I end up with 1.5 hours. But okay, sir was saying that I'm a public speaker. I'm not a public speaker, first thing. I'm an emotional speaker. And I don't have any talk. I haven't prepared anything. And do you know one thing? We have 3 fears. First is death. Second is public speaking. Third is death while public speaking. All of you agree with this? Because coming here and speaking is quite difficult. And I know that. And I'll tell you my history. It was my final year engineering presentation. I'm a BE mechanical. So don't have a pity on me. Mechanical means you will have a pity on me. And plus PhD in that. So this guy has no job, I think. So he's a communication trainer. It's not like that. Yeah, to some extent it is also true. We engineers, we first take our degree and then we decide what to do in life. That is what I also did. Because if you have nothing to do, what to do? Take education. So I did my BTech also, MTech also, and PhD also. What to do with life then? That is what we have to do. Anyway, so friends, I was in 7th standard. Let me tell the role of my teachers. I'm not going to give you any pep talk here, no advice. Some parts of my life. How many of you know me? How many of you know me actually? I thought I'm popular. Look at this. No one knows me. I thought I'm popular because if I always feel like, okay, I have 5 lakh subscribers and I'm always trying to figure out, okay, does he recognize me? Does he recognize me? No one recognizes you actually. Well, dear friends, I'll tell you one thing, we teachers are not popular. We teachers are not popular. But we are in the hearts of our students. All of you agree? Dear friends, we don't entertain, but we build our students so that they can afford the entertainment. We don't entertain. We don't have Kapil Sharma show. We know that. We don't have fan followers. It is all for entertainment. But we people build careers here. And I'm proud of that. It was 7th standard, dear friends. And let me tell you my background. In 7th standard, I failed in 7 subjects. There were 8 subjects. Now you are wondering which was the 8th one I passed. It was drawing. And I did not pass actually. I got C grade. So at the end of the day, what is the grade? So I used to sit at the last. One more thing I'll tell you about me. And I talk very openly, very candidly. I have gone through a lot of depression in my life. I have gone through a lot of emotional turmoil in my life. Friends, I come from a very dysfunctional family. I was talking to your chairman and you people are doing a great job. Sir, I had a sister, she was mentally retarded. And that had a huge impact on me and my family also. So I come from a very disturbed family, emotionally disturbed family. I have gone through depression. I have gone through anxiety. How many of you have gone through depression? Just show me your hands. How of you see? Very few hands are up. Why do you know? Because you think that depression is for crazy people. Now, there are 2 possibilities. Either you are Superman or you are lying. Everyone goes through depression and there is nothing wrong in that. And do you know today what I do? I help students to come out of depression also. Yeah, and that is the reason why this is my profession. Dear friends, what I do, I'll tell you. I help my students to be better communicators. Better communication in English, public speaking, group discussion, interviews. And I do that, no, I'm not a grammar teacher, let me tell you. This is not about grammar. I'm a communication coach. And I'm glad that I have students from nearly 9 countries who take online training from me. And we have students from 23 countries who are NRIs living in other countries. Now, here is a student who was a failure in life. I told you, I will tell you about my engineering incident and then I will come to the 7th standard. Engineering incident, I was giving my presentation, final year presentation. Project presentation. So my teacher said to me that, hey Sandeep, see, end your presentation in 15 minutes. I said to myself, 15 minutes is too much. He thought that I'm going to speak for 30 minutes or something. So I was actually happy. But anyway, so I went on the stage. I will tell you my public speaking journey, from where I started. And I only remember one thing, that I went on the stage. That's all. After that, I don't remember anything. I came and I sat, and my partner was there. His name was Will Morgan. He was my partner actually. And he was staring at me like this. What? He said nothing. And then he took the part, second part was fabrication, he gave the presentation. We went into the room and then he said, Sandeep, what happened? I said, what happened? You finished your presentation in 1 minute? I finished my presentation in 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. Because I did not realize what I was speaking. It happens to, when you give a public talk, you are blank and black. And most of the time you don't know what you are speaking about. You come and sit. That's what I said, it's like death. The greatest fear is public speaking. In fact, I'll tell you one thing, if you don't know this guy, who is world's free solo climber, he climbs the rocks 3,000 feet without safety nets. His greatest fear is not that. His greatest fear is public speaking. Anyway, so I remember the teacher was there. His name was XYZ. I will not tell his name. And he said that, okay, he gave me 11 marks out of 25. 11 means just passing. My teachers are responsible for whatever I am today. One more incident I'll tell you, then I will come back to 7th. 2001 it was. I lost my dad. And I went for a job application. I wanted a job actually. So I went to a polytechnic college which is here nearby. And I entered inside. Of course, I was not good in English also and Marathi also, both. I was not properly dressed. I did not know anything. I had only a BE degree, BE Mechanical Engineering from DKT College. So when I went there, the principal stared at me from top to bottom in this way, like, as if I'm asking his kidney or something. I said, sir, I'm here for job application. And he just neglected me as if I'm a dirt. He said, okay, keep it here and come back. Even I was not humiliated because I was beyond that. Even I was not humiliated. I was beyond that. In 2016, the same teacher paid me 2.5 lakh rupees for 1 week to train the teachers. I will tell his name if you want after the session is over. Whatever I am today, it's because of you people, that is teachers. I will speak some important things. I will touch your heart also. 7th standard, I was a failure. I was sitting at the end. One new teacher came for maths. His name was Mane sir. And he did not know my reputation. 7th standard, 7th subject failed. He did not know that. So maybe I have a fair colored, I look sincere. Even my wife says that I thought you were rich, so I married you. I said, now decide what to do. Because she says, like, you look so fair and handsome, I thought you were rich. But anyway, so she is married now, what? She can't do anything now. Dear friends, I'll tell you one interesting thing. You know what? We Indians are amazing. Especially Indian women are amazing. They marry a man, they don't marry money. You know, this is a fact actually. Because my wife married me when my salary was 1800 rupees. In fact, I told my father-in-law it is 2500. I lied actually. But still she married me. She is a doctor. But today she says that I took a risk. I said the risk paid, no. Coming back. Teacher said, maths teacher, Mane sir, said me that, hey, you last. I was of course at the last. Come and solve. It was a quadratic equation. Maths teacher. Quadratic equation. Today also I confuse, though I am a PhD. Okay. I said, no sir, I can't. The equation was very simple actually. He said that, see, if you make a mistake, no problem, but still come and try. I said, no, I'm not good. Now what happened? I was at the last, all the class were staring at me like this. All the students were looking at me and my heart was about to blast. Everyone was staring at me, what is this? Because, all of you know, like, if you are not good in studies, you are a terrorist. If you are not good in studies, you are a terrorist. I mean, you are hopeless. No one will share your tiffin. You will never get a lead role in the gathering. Means you are just there as a number, roll number 23, nothing. You are there for a number. He is a number. So I was also part of that. And I was never in the elite club. Elite club, all of you know? In Marathi, Hushar Mulan Shah group. I was never in that. And these people never allowed me to enter in that group because my mom was telling always, त्यांच्या संगतीला राहायचं हो. But ते संगतीला राहायला घेतलं तर पाहिजे ना. That was the problem. They should allow us. They never allowed me there. It's a different thing. So, he was insisting. I said, no sir, I will not come. Then he said that, why you are not coming? I don't know what I said, but I said that, sir, I'm the dumbest student in the class. Entire class started laughing. But this guy was not laughing. He was very serious. He summoned everyone. Silence. Like this silence was there. And he said a very important line, sir, which changed my life. He said that, what's your name? I said, Sandeep. Sandeep, see, what people think about you is not important. What you think about yourself is more important. And he said one more thing. What people say about you is opinion, not a fact. That day changed my life, ladies and gentlemen. The impact was so powerful that I was the third in 10th standard. Not first, but third in the 10th standard. And that group who was not taking me, that group who did not take me in their club, in their gang, out of them 3 were under me, 4 and 5. All of you know that happiness is amazing, no? When your friends are below you. And more happy you get when your best friend is under you. More happiness. All of you have this experience. You're laughing means you have this. And if your best friend fails, your sympathy is there. I can understand. 11th standard, dear friends, I will tell the name of the teacher also. You may know this teacher, Rajput sir, chemistry. This guy changed my life. Friends, around me, I did not have good friends. To be very candid, I did not have good influences around me. One day, it was year 1993, July. Rajput sir closed the chemistry book and he kept there. And he said that in his typical way, I don't know whether you know him or not. And he told about one book. He said, you go and buy this book, it's a good book. I have a very good quality actually. I listen to teachers. And I take teachers seriously. So I took him seriously. And me along with my friend, on my cycle, we went to Challenge Book Depot. There was one bookshop, Challenge Book Depot. And I saw the book, it was there. Price 21 rupees. And I had 12 rupees in my pocket. 9 rupee was deficiency. I asked my friend Arun, I said, Arun, do you have 9 rupees? He said, I have. But why you are buying this book? Buy a chemistry book. I said, no, this chemistry book is good, but this mind chemistry book is better than chemistry book. He said, you are wasting your money. I said, it is better than wasting your life. I purchased that book. 93 it was, around July, August month it was, and I went home and I finished that book in 3 hours. And the impact was so powerful that I got 92% in 12th standard. First I was surprised. Then my parents were shocked. And then 1 or 2 of my neighbors committed suicide. They did not commit suicide, but neighbors are always there. Nosy neighbors are there, no nosy neighbors. If they come to know you have less marks, they will ask, how? Result, what happened? They know the result that you are failed, but they will ask, they will poke there. Anyway, that's a different ball game. I'm telling the role of my teachers, dear brothers and sisters here. They changed my life. PhD now PhD. There were many other incidents that happened, depression and all, but I will tell about PhD now. Again, one great teacher came into my life. His name is Dr. Gowli sir. If you are from Walton College, he was a HOD in mechanical department. This guy was from IIT Powai, PhD from IIT Powai. Now when you are PhD from IIT Powai, what your guide did with you, you do with your students. What your guide did with you, you will do with your students, because the discipline is there in IIT. Consistency and hard work is there, no shortcuts. One day my guide called me, dear friends, it took me 9 years and 3 months to finish my PhD. I am the oldest student of Walton College who served for 9 years in Walton College. 9 years and 3 months. The hair which you see is transplanted hair. No, I'm serious actually. You can go and see my old videos. Because of PhD, permanent head damage. PhD. This is a fact. So one day my guide called me, Sandeep, come here. I did my PhD in cryogenics, space science. We were trying to liquefy nitrogen. And this kind of project was not done. I'm talking about 2008. Was not done anywhere in Maharashtra except IIT Powai. And I said that, sir, he said you have to go to IIT Powai for experimental work. Experimental work. Because we don't have facilities in Walton College. Then I came with a long list of excuses. First excuse was, sir, I don't have money. Because I was not employed. I'm having an institute, the DNA Confidence in Vishrambha. It is there. It is still in a small basement right now. But I'm happy to tell you that till next year we are building the biggest institute for communication and emotional personality development in India. It is coming there, 14,000 square feet. We are building that. Because I believe that today students need more emotional support, more mental toughness and better communication skills. I will talk about that later. So I gave all the excuses. I said that, sir, I have 2 small kids, I don't have job. How can I go from here and relocate to IIT Powai for 2.5 years? I can't do that. My guide is a wonderful person. He listened and I thought that now he will agree. And he gave me a very nice line. Again, it changed my life. He said that, Sandeep, if you give me excuses, I will give you sympathy. If you give me results, I will give you PhD. What do you want? If you give me excuses, I'll give you sympathy. But if you give me results, I'll give you PhD. What do you want? Dear friends, I went to IIT Powai and I finished my project in 2.5 years. And even Dr. Athare sir from IIT Powai acknowledged this. These are the teachers who push you beyond your comfort zones. I used to think like, IIT Powai, world-class students are there. How can I go? But my teacher believed in me. All of you understand one thing, dear teachers. You have to believe your students, then they believe in them. You have to believe in your students, then they believe in you. Now, how I became a teacher, I'll tell you. I'm an accidental teacher actually. Your respected chairman was talking about it's a sacred job. Now let me tell about something about profession. In fact, teaching is not my profession. Teaching is my passion. It's my love. Aristotle has rightly said, he says that if there is passion in work, there is perfection in outcome. But now the question is, do we have passion for our work? Have you heard the motivational speakers saying that, love your job, do that which you love to do? Have you heard this? Motivational speakers are there everywhere. It is false. I will tell you what is profession. See, profession means what? I'll tell you. Profession is a life partner. 12 hours you spend with your human life partner, 12 hours you spend with your work. All of you understand what is work? I will not give a long lecture again. What is work? I'll tell you. When we go to a temple, a church, we offer God something, right? We offer flowers, we offer prasad, we offer some incense sticks. Do you know one thing? God will say, I don't want that, because that is my creation. Flowers, I created that. You are giving me donation. You are giving me donation. Who do you think you are? You are giving me donation. He will not accept it. God will say to you, offer that which is your creation. And what is your creation? Your creation is your work. Dear friends, I don't go to temple because right now I am in a temple. I don't go to temple. Right now I am in a temple. My work is my puja. My work is my worship. The best offering I can do is offer my work to my students. And if I can change one student, if I can stop one student from committing suicide, I think God will be happy, because we are all God's children. That is how I look at my work. But it did not start in this way. I did not want to be a teacher, because I'll tell you, as I said before, many motivational speakers say to you that find that which you love to do. And I'm sure that most of you have taken teaching job because you did not get another job. Most of you, not all. You will disagree with me, and it's okay. I also did the same thing because, as I said before, I lost my dad in 1999. I had a mentally retarded sister, so I could not leave Sangli. So I took teaching as a job. Now the story begins. Now the real story begins. See here. Those people who say no, that do that which you love to do, it's fake. It's like marriage. It's like marriage. You have to do arranged marriage with your work. Then you start loving the work. You can't do love marriage with the work. Arranged marriage means I did arranged marriage with my wife also, with my work also. I chose teaching as a profession reluctantly, but after that, I started loving my work because I started putting my 110%. I remember, dear friends, I told you 1800 rupee was my salary. I was an engineering teacher. 1800 rupee was my salary per month. But I never compromised on teaching. I gave my 110% to my students. Now let me come to the emotional part, then I will stop. Sir, are we okay? Are we running late? Because in functions, all of you remember in school is that Pramukh Pawney would come and bore you. I don't want to do that. I will just stop, just 5 to 10 minutes. Dear friends, we as a teacher are failures. If one student commits suicide, we are failures. If one student thinks he is a failure, we are failures actually. Because it's our responsibility to make sure that Only marks are not everything. Marks are not everything. Marks are important, but marks are not everything. I will tell you one story and then we will stop. This is a story of one child. His name was Ted. Another lady was there. Teacher was there, like you. Her name was Mrs. Thomas. So Mrs. Thomas comes in a class, 5th standard class. She's a new teacher. And she says that, as we say, I love you all students, you are all equal to me, which is not true actually. We love only intelligent students. This is a fact. And she also said, I love you all. But in that class of 40, there was one boy, his name was Ted. He was very messy. He did not submit his homework. He used to stay aloof. He never used to study. And this teacher used to always hate this boy. So one day, the principal of the school told her that, see, these are the 40 students. Go and study the history of these students. What is their past history? From 1st standard, go and study the history. And this boy, Ted, she saw his name Ted, kept last. And she finished 39 students' history, but last was Ted. And the 1st standard teacher wrote in the history book, intelligent student. 2nd standard student teacher wrote, amazing, very focused. But the 3rd standard teacher wrote, it's very sad that his mother is diagnosed with cancer. 4th standard teacher wrote, this year he lost his mother. And I can see the changes in his mental state. He is lost, doesn't study, lives aloof. And this was the 5th standard. Friends, your students have some disturbances. As sir was talking about compassion and empathy, this is called as compassion and empathy. We judge students only based on their behavior or their marks. I was lucky enough that I got my teacher, but all are not lucky enough. It is your responsibility to create more Sandeep Patils who were failures in 7th standard. It is your responsibility. Let me continue with the story. Teacher comes and says to that Ted that, I'm sorry actually. You're a really good student. I will help you out. Tell me what I can do. Christmas comes. And these students all come with some gifts to the teacher. They bring the gifts. And he also comes with the gift. But his gift is what? Saint. And that is youth saint. Another he comes with old bracelet. All the students start laughing. Used bracelet and used saint. Teacher says, all of you shut up. He has brought the gift and I like it. As months pass, this state starts getting momentum, starts getting more studious student. He develops his emotional personality also. Because all of you understand one thing. I'll tell you, my daughter will not listen to me. She will listen to you. Though she is a student of Santhome school, she will not listen to me. She will listen to you. I was telling my daughter that I train your teachers. She says, so what? My teachers are more intelligent than you. Your children will not listen to you, yes or no? Your children will listen to the teachers. That's your responsibility, because a child is searching a parent in you. Try to understand this. A child is searching a parent in you. And we don't know what the child wants. Every child is searching for a parent. But we are not emotionally intelligent. We don't understand the emotion of that child. Why he is behaving like this? What is the reason behind this? Why he is not studying? Dear brothers and sisters, and I tell to sir also, sir, give them this book, Mindset by Angela Duckworth. Mindset. Answer Duckworth. I say to you, stop studying physics, chemistry, biology. First, teach them the mindset. If you teach them the mindset, these students will not be depressed, they will not be criminals. They will be the responsible citizen of this country. Study comes second, first comes the mindset. First comes the emotional toughness, how to handle depression, how to handle failures. Today, all of you know, due to the pandemic, every child is addicted to mobile phone. I'm a YouTuber, I'm telling my students, don't follow YouTube. I'm a YouTuber, I tell, because all of you know there are bogus YouTubers out there. Fake YouTubers are there, vloggers are there. They are spoiling the young generation, but kids will listen to you actually. You're going to ask me this question, sir, how to change the mindset? That is what I'm trying to tell you. First, change your mindset. First, study mindset. First, study mind. First, study psychology. The book Mindset, awesome book. Awesome book. In that book, it is told that every child can change his belief system and he can be a winner and achiever in life. It's your job responsibility, dear friends. It is your responsibility to change first your mindset. I want to ask you this question. It is found out that 97% people do not read any book other than their academics. Is it true? 97% people do not read any book other than academics. Let me tell you again, we are all teachers. Formal education will give you a middle class life, but reading great books will give you a successful life. Yeah, definitely academics is important, but beyond academics, there is something called life skills. Today, the biggest problem our student has is self-control. All of you agree with me? They don't know how to control themselves. They're addicted, they're distracted. They talk back to their parents. Rapes are there. Why we are having this problem, this menace? Students are ready to go to any extent to be a topper. Not only students, parents are also. Recently you may have read a news, one parent killed another parent child because she was a topper. She gave her ice cream laced with poison because her son was number 2, she was number. What we are doing here? What we are creating here? Competition? Is this competition? Are we creating only mark-oriented, selfish individuals whose mind is corrupt? We have to think about this. And only you can think and you can decide about this. Dear friends, today students come to me and say that, sir, you stopped my depression medicines. They come to me and say, sir, today I found a good teacher. But let me tell you one thing. A teacher who is trying to teach a student without inspiring them is beating a cold iron. You are beating a cold iron. Before ending, I will tell you one important thing. All of you want to go to heaven, right? Everyone wants to go to heaven. And the way to heaven goes through your work. The way to heaven goes through your work. Last joke I will tell you, because you all are very serious. Because sir told that it's you have some cultural functions, so I don't want to make you serious here. Two people die. One was a priest, another was a rickshaw driver. Both go to Indra. I think Indra decides, no, who is going to go where. I don't know. So Indra is sitting there and he takes the record of this rickshawala. He signs the document and says, heaven. The priest is waiting there. Hell. some problem is there, check again my details. He again does the calculation, what are the good scenes and bad scenes here. Sorry, the report says that you have to go to hell actually. What do you say? I'm a priest. I preach. I sit in a temple. And this rickshawala was typical rickshawala. Said, see, this is what my documents are saying. Okay, wait. I'll clarify you. See here. This rickshawala, when he was driving rickshaw, everyone was praying for me. Which are? And when you were giving a lecture, preaching, everyone was sleeping. They were saying that, who is this fellow? Boring me. This is the calculation. Now decide. Sir, I said that I always say 45 minutes, but I'll take 2 minutes extra. Education is hyped today. Education is hyped. And I want to tell you, my PhD is of no use if I don't have problem-solving skills. No, I'm not talking about quadratic equation. I'm talking about life's problem-solving skills. So one day, one PhD professor like me, he goes to River Ganga, on the banks of River Ganga, and there is one sailor there with his boat. He says, hey, come here. I want to cross River Ganga. He says, Sirji, please sit. Okay, he's having the PhD ego, maybe from IIT, I don't know. So they start. They just go hardly 500 meters, and this PhD professor thinks that, let me pull his leg. So he asked this sailor, hey, do you know IIT? What? IIT. He didn't say. I said, no. He said, no. Your life is failure. What do you know? Nothing. Again, 500 meters they go inside the river. He says, do you know second law of thermodynamics? Sir, I'm an illiterate sailor. I have this boat and I make my both ends meet by sailing people, taking people from one end to another end. Your life is wasted. Again, they go in the middle of the river now. Again, this professor. At least you must be knowing the first law of Newton. Who is Newton? I don't know. Your life is wasted. In the middle of the river, there is one small hole in the boat now. The water starts percolating inside. And the sailor says, sir, do you know swimming? He says, no. He said, your life is wasted, I'm going by. Beloved sir, it was pleasure. You called me. It was honor, dear friends. I don't prepare for my lectures. It is just what I have gone through, how my teachers have shaped my life. This is what I have taught. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.